Hello, my friend, and welcome to Pro Wrestling Daily. My name is Aaron Machbitz. Let's talk about Saturday night's main event, because I think this show on November 1st could change the trajectory of what might or could have happened at WrestleMania or at War Games or at Royal Rumble, right? Because you have War Games coming up next, then you have the Royal Rumble, and then obviously we get into WrestleMania season and what's going to happen as that shapes out, who's going to be champion, and all of those types of things could be determined at this Saturday night's main event. Because of the Seth Rollins injury and him vacating the title, things are now totally up in the air. And I think from also the terrible reaction to WrestlePalooza and the Cody Rhodes Drew McIntyre match that had really nothing special about it, I think that also is now putting WWE sort of on their heels, and they need to do something different, something extra, something surprising to keep fans engaged moving into War Games, moving into Royal Rumble, and moving into WrestleMania 42. So we could see 3 different title changes, potentially 4 different title changes at Saturday night's main event, right? First, you're starting with the Intercontinental Championship match of Dominic Mysterio versus Rusev versus Penta. Now, originally, the plan was for Dominic Mysterio to wrestle John Cena to win that match, and then John Cena to defend that Intercontinental Championship in his very last match against Gunther, and then Gunther become the new Intercontinental Champion and then carry that strap like he did last time for about 600 days and actually make it prestigious, because Dominic Mysterio hasn't done anything with the title. Most of the time, people forget that he even has the title. And so I think in this triple threat match, Rusev wins in dominating fashion and actually can carry that strap in a meaningful way. Or the triple threat match is about to start. John Cena's music hits. John Cena comes out. It becomes a fatal 4-way. John Cena gets to wrestle a couple of these guys. He wins the strap and still has the Intercontinental Championship. That is not going to happen. If it does, I'll be absolutely shocked, and I'll come on the show and tell you that I was wrong. But that's not going to happen. I do believe that Rusev is going to win the Intercontinental Championship tonight at Saturday night's main event on November 1st. So that's that. And then we go into the next match that I think is also going to be just okay, whatever, I guess, is the WWE Women's Championship match, Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill. So if Rusev wins, that's 1 title change. I'm pretty sure, I'm almost positive, I'm going to bet this whole show on it that Jade Cargill is going to win. They're not going to have someone turn heel and then lose again. Tiffany Stratton's reign has been like mediocre. I think it's at 300 days. Mediocre, like no amazing feuds, no amazing matches. It just has been. She's just been a champion. Jade Cargill is not someone I'm a fan of as a professional wrestler in the ring, but someone said that she was a beast in AEW, so maybe I'll believe that. But in WWE, all of her matches have been lackluster, and as a heel, you have to carry the match, and I don't think she's able to do that, but maybe she's gotten better, so I'll watch what I watch and then critique as it goes. But I'm pretty sure Jade Cargill is going to win and become the new WWE Women's Champion, which I think is a bad idea, but it is what it is. I'm not a booker. I just comment on the show. So you're going to have Rusev as a new champion, you're going to have Jade Cargill as a new champion, and then you move to the last 2 matches of Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre. Now, I would love to see Drew McIntyre win this match. I'm a huge fan of Drew McIntyre, and in a previous show, I stated that I hope at WrestleMania we get Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns for the WWE Undisputed Championship. That would be the dream. Now, Roman Reigns doesn't have to win the Royal Rumble for that. Could be LA Knight, could be Braun Breaker, right? Could be Sami Zayn, could be any of those. Could be AJ Styles win the Royal Rumble. I just think that a Drew McIntyre Roman Reigns match at WrestleMania would be fucking awesome. Now, what's going to happen to cause Drew McIntyre to win? Because he's not just going to straight up win. He's going to cheat somehow, or there's going to be some sort of distraction or accidental thing. And so I think we see a Randy Orton involvement in this Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes match. Now, is Randy Orton coming as the heel, dastard heel, to take out Cody Rhodes? Or is he coming to help Cody Rhodes and then inadvertently causes him to lose the championship? And then we see this epic feud between Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes that ends up with like a great last man standing steel cage match, Hell in a Cell match, I Quit match at WrestleMania 42. You have Drew McIntyre carries that strap all the way to WrestleMania, and you have him face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Those are 2 that would be huge matches and great feuds heading into WrestleMania. Everyone wants to see Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton get in touch. They want to see that contact. They want to see that feud. They want to see what old stories and narratives and interesting things can come up from that storied history of Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. I absolutely would love to see that. So I think Cody Rhodes interferes tonight, inadvertently causes Cody Rhodes to lose the championship, and then Drew McIntyre wins, and he holds that strap all the way until WrestleMania, where Roman Reigns beats Drew McIntyre and becomes the WWE Undisputed Champion one more time and carries that strap like everyone knows that Roman Reigns can. And then probably the most interesting match of the night, you're going to have a CM Punk versus a Jey Uso. I just really, really don't want this match to just be a match where CM Punk wins and now he's the new World Heavyweight Champion. There's got to be some stuff happening. The Rusev, Penta, Dominic Mysterio match is just going to be a regular triple threat match, and hopefully Rusev wins. Jade Cargill and Tiffany Stratton is just going to be a regular WWE Women's Championship match. Jade Cargill is going to win. And now we have these two men's matches that are really important to the trajectory of War Games and Royal Rumble and WrestleMania, as I've stated. I talked about the Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre, maybe how that'll shake out. This CM Punk, Jey Uso one is very interesting because there's so many people in the mix. What about LA Knight? What about Braun Breaker? What about the rest of Vision? What about Roman Reigns? What about Jimmy Uso? What about all these moving pieces that could be involved in this World Heavyweight Championship match? So is it going to go to a clean finish? Will there be a clean finish at all? I hope it goes to a no contest, and I stated in a different show that you could definitely check out that it should just be sort of this chaotic thing that eventually goes into an 8-man tournament based on who wins War Games, and then the winner of that tournament should basically go on to wrestle John Cena for the World Heavyweight Championship at John Cena's last match. I got the idea from Sam Roberts. I put it together on a show. I think it's a fantastic idea. I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but I just would kind of be disappointed if this match between Jey Uso and CM Punk just sort of has a clean finish. It's like, it's just a match. All right, Jey Uso. All right, CM Punk, you're the new World Heavyweight Champion. Like, no, it's got to have some sort of involvement, maybe even a no contest. You see the Vision come out there. You see Jimmy try to help his brother. You see LA Knight come out there. Like, all these people are intertwined, maybe not trying to intervene, and you don't know who's friends with who because LA Knight and sort of CM Punk had been butting heads, and they're both baby faces, and all these things sort of mesh, and it leads to sort of a convoluted, chaotic, and violent World Heavyweight Championship picture that has to get cleared up through War Games and until John Cena's very last match, and then the Royal Rumble happens right around the corner, and then WrestleMania is 4 months away. So who knows what's going to happen in this CM Punk versus Jey Uso match? I eventually think that CM Punk, if it's just a match tonight and there's nothing else that happens, I think CM Punk is going to win. I think if they go through the 8-man tournament, it would be cool if Gunther won and came back and then faced John Cena there. It'd be cool if LA Knight won, but they might do CM Punk because I think CM Punk versus Braun Breaker at WrestleMania also would be very cool. And so those are just a few options. But again, if it's just a regular match, I think it's going to be CM Punk, and I think Jimmy Uso might cost Jey Uso the match, and then we might see a Jimmy versus Jey Uso feud and match so they can sort of make up for their last horrible match they had together, and then CM Punk sort of carries that strap on until WrestleMania where he eventually loses to Braun Breaker. But those are just some ideas for Saturday night's main event, some predictions, some things that are going to happen on November 1st when we watch Saturday night's main event and see all of these things unfold and see what things line up for War Games, Royal Rumble, and WrestleMania 42. But I'd love to know what you think in the comments down below. Then like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Lots of love. Cheers.